April 12, 1861. Firing on Sumter. The American Civil War began when Confederate forces opened fire on Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina. This act marked the formal start of a 4-year conflict that would become the deadliest war in United States history. The bombardment followed a prolonged standoff between Union troops, commanded by Major Robert Anderson, and Confederate forces under Brigadier General P.G.T. Beauregard. After 34 hours of artillery fire, Anderson surrendered the fort. No soldiers died during the bombardment, but the event signaled a point of no return for the divided nation. Tensions between the northern and southern states had escalated over decades, primarily due to disagreements over slavery, states' rights, and federal authority. The election of Abraham Lincoln in November 1860, who opposed the expansion of slavery into new territories, prompted South Carolina to secede from the Union on December 20, 1860. 6 other southern states quickly followed, forming the Confederate States of America in February 1861. These states claimed sovereignty and rejected federal control, leading to a constitutional crisis. Fort Sumter, located in a strategic position at the entrance to Charleston Harbor, was one of the few remaining federal properties in the seceded states. Lincoln announced in early April 1861 that he would resupply the fort, which the Confederacy viewed as an act of aggression. On April 12th, Confederate artillery commenced the attack. The Union garrison held out briefly before being forced to evacuate on April 13th. The attack on Fort Sumter had immediate political and military consequences. It unified the North against the secessionist cause, prompting a surge of patriotic support for the Union. On April 15th, Lincoln called for 75,000 volunteers to suppress the rebellion. This action led 4 more states, Virginia, Arkansas, North Carolina, and Tennessee, to join the Confederacy. The United States was now fully at war with a formidable opponent. The conflict that began at Fort Sumter resulted in over 600,000 military deaths by its end in 1865. It also led to the destruction of much of the South's infrastructure, the end of legal slavery in the United States, and the passage of constitutional amendments that reshaped the nation's legal framework. The war transformed American society and government, leading to increased federal power and a long period of Reconstruction. The events at Fort Sumter are widely regarded as a turning point in American history. They marked the collapse of compromise and the beginning of a war that would redefine the nation. The bombardment did not merely initiate combat, it signaled the resolve of the Confederate States to defend their secession and the determination of the Union to preserve the nation. The shots fired on April 12, 1861, echoed far beyond Charleston Harbor, setting in motion a conflict that would decide the fate of the United States. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.